Hello everyone, welcome back to She Tried It. So if you're not familiar with this channel, I normally talk about knit, crochet, but today we're doing my hair. So to get started, I just finished washing my hair. Now right now, all I've done is just put my hair in kind of a grocery bag to maintain the moisture because it dries up pretty quickly. So now I'm just gonna part it and I'm gonna start moisturizing my hair a little bit. So for moisturizing, first I'm gonna put on this Magni Miracle Milk leave-in conditioner. My beautician told me about this and I love it. And on top of that, I'm gonna put a little bit of jojoba oil. I just feel like that kind of helps my hair stay moisturized throughout the entire week. I want to apologize right now for the weird thing I'm doing with my lip. I have no clue what that is. I don't know if I'm grinding my lip. My husband points this out to me all the time. I do it when I'm crocheting too. And I noticed that I do it when I'm doing my hair. Just when I'm focusing, I do this weird thing with my lip. If anyone knows what that is or knows how to help me stop, please let me know. Like I said, I don't use too much oil because I don't want it to feel greasy. So I try to use as little as possible. I honestly wish this had a dropper so I could just put one drop. That would be perfect. After I finish applying both products, I'm gonna twist my hair up and move on to the next section of hair. I'm gonna do 3 sections on each side. I'm finally all done with all the twists in my hair. I have 6 total twists. I'm just gonna put it back inside of this grocery bag. I have a few dishes I need to go wash and some laundry I need to start. So I'm just gonna do that and then I'll be right back. I'm just gonna let these hair products marinate just a little bit and then I'll come back to finish the rest of my wash and go. Is this required? Not necessarily, but I do find that I get better results when I do let it sit for a bit. You can tell I wash dishes because my shirt is disgusting now. Now I'm gonna get started with the next step of my process. You wouldn't believe how soft my hair feels right now. I'm gonna put up most of the twist up on the top of my hair so I can get started from the back and work my way to the top. This is the star of the show, the Mousse stuff. I love this stuff. This is one of my most viewed shorts on YouTube. I love this product and I use it a little bit differently now. I find that it works best when I use a leave-in conditioner under it, but this whole method that I've started of using a leave-in conditioner and an oil under it, I think it works really, really well. The only thing is you can't put those products on first and then put this on. You need to let those products marinate first and then put this on. I'm trying to get my roots, but I'm not super adamant about getting my roots. I may touch them up at the end, but the biggest thing, as you can see, is it clumps my curls really, really well. And I love how it looks at the end. I do more of a raking method with my curls. I don't try to get my brush too much. Even when I do get my brush, it does this. It does really tight curls. I just kind of rake my fingers through it because I want more lengthened curls. My hair is naturally gonna shrink back up, so using that brush just makes it very dense on my head, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for elongated, more wavy curls than shrunken, more dense curls, if that makes any sense. And I think the movement is a lot better when I do this method. I just kind of go to the back and I make sure that I try to conceal that middle part as good as possible. Usually I don't really have a problem with concealing it, so it's not a huge deal at all, but that's what I'm doing in the back, is just making sure that it doesn't look like 2 separate parts. I feel like a lot of people have trouble with this product. A few reasons I've heard is it makes people's hair feel really dry, so my solution to that is using at least a leave-in conditioner under it. Before I started using this Magni leave-in conditioner, I was using Carol's Daughter spray leave-in conditioner. I think it's like a black vanilla one. That one works really, really well, but I would use something under it, and if that's not enough, maybe try adding an oil, or if you just wanted to stay moisturized a little bit longer, try adding a light oil like jojoba oil like I did. If you can use the product on its own, that's great, because apparently the Mousse does have a leave-in conditioner in it. I just don't feel it. So I like something a little bit more conditioning because my hair does feel dry when I just use the product alone. But I love how the product works in my hair, and I personally think that I like the product more than gel. I do want to try the custard, curly custard I think it's called, but for now this has really been doing it for me. You can find it on sale at like TJ Maxx and Marshalls and stuff like that. I got a couple bottles at HEB if you're a Texan, but it's not really an expensive product to me, and I can get maybe 3.5 wash and goes out of 1 bottle, which I don't think is that bad. I could probably even get 4, honestly, but I really, really love this product. Again, I'm turning around, making sure I conceal that part. I do have a white cast on my hair right now, but that's a very good thing, because that's what the person who designed this product said you should have. I feel like it's not as apparent when you put the leave-in conditioner or the oil on underneath this product, so it's a little bit hard to stick to your hair, but I still get the definition that I like. So it's not too much product just because I have the white, and in the very end, it's gonna dry. It won't have any any type of cast on it. The definition, volume, that whole debate, I don't really know which one I want more of. I do want a little of both. I just find doing this method gives me the exact results that I want that lasts actually a really good amount of time. And later in the video, we'll talk through how my hair lasts throughout the week. Oh, another tip that I wanted to mention about the Dew Mousse. If you look in the bottle, I'm 99% sure it says, if you want strong hold, you need your hair to be semi-damp or dry. But if you want a light hold, you want your hair to be wet. A lot of people do this hair product on top of soaking wet hair. My hair is not soaking wet. I know I had it in the little grocery bag for a while, but as you can see, my hair is not dripping. It's just kind of wet. And I think that using it not on soaking wet hair makes such a huge difference. And it gives me results that I actually like. Two things. If you've used this product, haven't been a fan, one, try using a leave-in conditioner spray that you enjoy underneath it. I do not suggest a cream because it just probably won't blend well with the product at all. It'll just be too heavy. But if you find a lightweight spray that you like, try that out. And if you still don't like it, try doing it on damp hair and not soaking wet hair. Don't use this product in the shower. You can even towel dry your hair. I've done that before. Towel dry your hair a little bit and then add it on top and you get great results. So yeah, I am pretty much done. Like I said, just trying to get the edges. You can see how much definition I have at this point, which I think is amazing. I'm kind of shaking my hair around. I don't want to separate it too much. I honestly might be doing a little bit too much at this point, but I'm separating it around because I don't want it to be too flat. If you think it's too flat now, you'll definitely have time to separate it once it dries. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I think I'm just showing off for the video. So I'm about to wash off my hands and then we will get to drying the hair. One more shot of the curl definition. Amazing. A little bit of length. I love it. And now I'm about to grab my dryer. So I have this handheld dryer. I don't really have a actual hooded dryer, but it does have this attachment with the hood on it. What I do is I just use the pink part of the dryer, kind of hold that over my hair, make sure most of my ends and everything are dry, and then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna put the hooded part on top of my hair to just kind of get my roots a little bit better. If you have a hooded dryer, maybe that's better. I just have no desire for one. So here I am headed out to the living room because I'm not about to stand there the whole time. I'm headed out to my living room to start drying my hair. It really doesn't take that long because like I mentioned earlier, I'm not starting from soaking wet hair. I don't think this is that fancy of a dryer, so I do have it on the high setting. I mean, there's 3 settings. It's cool, low, and high. So I just have it on the high one. I don't find that it's that hot. One thing I did forget to do is sometimes I do spray some Tresemme heat protectant in my hair. I actually do that most times and I totally forgot that in this video. I do that right before I start blow drying, just a few spritz of that to prevent any type of heat damage. I don't think I could get too much heat damage from this because I don't have a diffuser or anything. I'm just kind of waving my blow dryer around. But just to be on the safe side, I do use some type of heat protectant spray every time that I do my wash and go. I always think it's so amazing watching my hair kind of go from this stringy wet noodle look to how much fuller it gets, and I just think this hair that God has given me is so magical. And I know everyone goes through their own journey with their hair, and I've gone through mine, believe it, but I really have come to a point where I do love my hair. There are certain styles that I'm trying to find and love and embrace my natural hair without anything added to it, which has been quite the journey. If you're on that journey as well, let me know. It's been about 2 years, maybe even 1.5 years or something, where I haven't worn any weave whatsoever, which I'm not even a huge weave or wig type of person. I mainly used it for twists and braids, but now I love a good wash and go. Mini twists are really nice. I just feel like I need to find the perfect way to do it. I'm still working my way through that, but I really love mini braids. I think those are so cute. That's like my go-to for vacations. But I mentioned all those in the poll that I did on my community post. This was the hairstyle that won. So if you're interested in this type of content and you want more, leave a comment below and let me know what other hairstyle you'd like to see. I love doing mini twists. I really love mini braids. I'm still working through cornrows. It's a fight with that one. I still can't quite get it down, but I'm working my my way through it, and I find that I can do cornrows quite a bit better when I blow dry my hair, but I'm not always a big fan of blow drying my hair. I only really blow dry my hair every 2 to 3 months or 2.5 months or something. I go to my stylist to go get my hair trimmed, and that's really the only thing I go get done professionally. I've learned the hard way that I am not the one to be trimming my hair. I just don't have scissors sharp enough. I really do enjoy my stylist. She has a setup where you can go to her and she only charges you for the trim. It's a 15-minute service. It ends up costing me $25 every 2.5 or 3 months. That is not bad at all compared to what a lot of people spend on their hair, because I'm not buying weave or anything like that. I'm really just buying hair products. Like I said, my hair products can last me quite a while. I have no complaints with how much I'm spending on my hair. I just really want to find hairstyles that I love and that I can really embrace. And a wash and go is absolutely one of them. Let me know what your favorite hairstyle is. So the ends are pretty dry now. You can see how much it's shrunken up. And now I'm going to attach the little hooded part onto my handheld dryer, and I'm going to put it on top of my hair to kind of dry the roots a bit better. I'm gonna keep the same settings on my dryer and just throw the hood on. I would suggest if you get this, get the one that has a little strap underneath. The ones that don't have the strap, they just fly off your head. It's not even worth it. And I got this off of Amazon, this particular one, but you can find something very similar at Walmart maybe, and definitely at Sally's Beauty Supply. While I dry my hair, I am working on a project. I have some Pound of Love yarn. I actually have 2 skeins, and I'm working on a couple blankets. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I want to start making blankets for my nieces and nephews when they go off to college. And only one is heading off to college, but I'm just trying to, you know, get ready because I won't always want to be making blankets. I want other stuff to make too. I am making this kind of off-white taupe-ish blanket using waffle stitch, and I am loving how it turns out. I plan on giving it away to someone, but it may or may not be my nieces or nephews. It may just be somebody in general. But I just wanted something meditative. I have another project where I'm working on a pattern for Lion Brand. I need to talk to y'all about that one. I love it so far. It's turning out great. That'll be coming more in the summertime. This one's just something to relax when I'm at home with nothing else to do, like doing my hair. And we're back. Now, as you can tell, that hooded dryer did create a little bit of flatness, but I don't mind it. You do kind of see that there is a cast. It's a little bit crunchy, I guess is the best word to call it. It's a bit crunchy, but I do not mind that, and I'm about to show you right now how I get rid of that. I use this Softee mango butter grease, which I love the smell of this stuff. It's so nostalgic. I just put a little on my fingers and then I kind of rub it through my hands, and that breaks off the cast and gives me, just look at this, it's magical. You know how hard it was before? It's so fluffy after you put it in. It's amazing. And I just put that all over my hair. I love this stuff. I'm so happy I got back into the whole grease thing, because I did kind of fall victim to the whole curly cut and the no oils, no butters. I don't know if anyone knows about that whole trend, but it didn't work the best for me. I wouldn't say it totally damaged my hair, but I do need a little something. Nothing too thick, but just something to keep my hair a bit more moisturized than what I was doing before. Here you can see the difference in my finished hair, and there's that little frizzy piece right there. That's probably just the end that needs to be cut off. I just kind of tuck it away. But I have my hair that's done and my hair that just still needs to have the cast broken. I absolutely love how it turns out, and my hair clumps really well with this product. I don't separate it too much, but I do like separating my hair so it's not super flat on the first day. Then I end it off with a nice little hair shake that kind of helps separate my curls, gives it a little bit of volume. Just kind of fluff it and zhuzh it up, as they say. This is so easy. It's so beautiful and so easy, and I love it. I would say the main thing that holds me back is I do live in Houston, so humidity can be a little bit rough. This isn't a lot of effort, but I don't like wearing my hair out too much if I know we're about to have a super high humidity week, which is kind of ironic once we see the coming days of my hair. But I also don't like doing a wash and go if I know it's going to be raining all week, which honestly, regardless if it's rain or humidity, it can still kind of mess us up. This is a very cute hairstyle. With that, let's go through each day of the week and see how this wash and go lasted and honestly grew throughout the week. Okay, so here we are on Sunday. I pretty much just put a bonnet on my hair and then put a scarf on top of the bonnet, because if I just wore the bonnet, it would slide off. Now it looks a bit rough and it looks like the cast came back, but it just needs a little bit of a shake. Nothing too crazy, super easy. I like this part because it really is a wash and go. You just shake your hair out and you're hair really done. Now I will say the shrinkage is pretty insane. I don't mind it, but I know some people may not like that. It will get a little bit longer. I'll show you some of the things I do, but as the week goes on, it will get a little bit more stretched out because I don't like going through the whole week like this. I do like to show a little bit of my length so it doesn't look so bad. Here we are on day 3 on Monday. Same setup with my hair in terms of how I protected it the night before. The only thing I will say is that Sunday, I ended up going to my mom's church and they had a crawfish boil, and the crawfish was like pre-ordered, and it ended up raining outside and we were eating crawfish outside. So I did get stuck in a little light rain. It was also quite humid. So to kind of lengthen my hair, which you can kind of probably see the difference, I added those scrunchies in the 3 different sections that I made, and it made my hair a little bit longer, which I love how it looked. Now all I did at night was add those scrunchies in and add the bonnet and the scarf on top. I didn't add any products at my hair at this point. Here we are on Tuesday. Same thing, I added those scrunchies in just to keep my hair straightened out a little bit. I didn't encounter any humidity on Monday, but I didn't want it to shrink back up with any humidity I might have encountered. Again, no products, just the little scrunchies in 3 different sections. Still looks pretty darn good to me. Here we are on day 5, Wednesday, same thing, scrunchies, shake it out, take it out, all that type of stuff. I think it's looking like not even better and better. It just looks good every single day to me. It's pretty stagnant, which is not usually a good thing, but for hair, I'll take it, especially with the amount of humidity I was having this week because it was pretty darn rough. I switched it up today with some different glasses. I don't know, same hair, different glasses. It makes me look like a different person for some reason. This is that same day, but that night. As you can see, humidity got me just a little bit, so I'm doing 4 different sections of my hair, but I'm gonna add some water and some Uncle Funky's Daughter Curly Magic. So that back section that would usually be the 3rd section, I'm separating that into 2, so the top of my head gets a little bit more attention because it does get pretty frizzy. Starting with that back piece, I'm just lightly spraying my hair, mainly focusing on the ends because the roots being too frizzy doesn't really bother me. I want a lot of definition on my ends, and then I really just take 1 pump of the Curly Magic, and then on goes the bonnet and the scarf, and I'm done. Here we are on Thursday, so these are the results of what that little mini refresh did to my hair. It's much, much more elongated. I would say this is probably the longest my hair is during my wash and go. I did find that there was a little bit of a cast from that Curly Magic, so I added a tiny bit of oil all throughout my hair. Again, just kind of winging it for what I felt like my hair needed that day. I like how it turned out, not bad at all. And here we are on Friday, day 7, the last day of this wash and go. It really was not that bad. I think I was overthinking this morning. I didn't put anything on it the night before. I just kind of went with that refresh, and I did keep the 4 sections rather than going back to 3 like I had done earlier in the week, and I'm just kind of stretching it out. I thought it looked perfectly fine. I will say that Thursday, I know it's gonna sound like I'm an addict, but on Thursday I had crawfish again. My job had a crawfish boil and it was again outside, and there was a lot of humidity, so I felt like my hair was frizzy, but it really wasn't that bad when I'm looking at it now. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing a quick little updo. I'm just leaving out some curly bangs and I'm putting it up in a little ponytail. It's not the most refined look. I try a high ponytail, then I try a low ponytail, and I think I settle on like a mid-sized ponytail. It doesn't look bad, but I probably could have just worn it out this day. But that is how my hair lasted all week. I think it's not too bad. If you want more hair content, definitely leave a comment below and I might just give it to you. See you in my next video, guys. Bye.